Free will is a false choice. You think you have free will, but you don't. Now, I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons, but this is a good analogy for our real world that we live in. So, you are just a programmed machine. Your responses to everything in this world is a direct reaction to the perspective and the experiences you have. Your programming is limited based upon the experiences you had. Different people react a different way because they have different experiences, which means their programming is different. Now, when you observe your reactions, when you observe how you're reacting or the choices you're making, you gain free will. Because when I am observing it, I can say, I don't like the way that I'm treating, reacting, or approaching a situation. And it is that point in time where you can begin to reprogram yourself based upon an observation of an experience that you're having. In all cases, most people can be predicted down to an action they are doing if I understand where you're coming from. And we see this all the time. If you go and look at all of the different reactions out there in this world, it becomes very painfully obvious that people are responding based upon a limited perspective. Everybody's perspective is limited. You can try to see things from another point of view. You can encourage that and you can reprogram yourself to take that into an account, but it will have less weight on you than an actual perspective that you've lived or understand. And because everyone's perspectives, even that share similar perspectives, is still different. Now, what does this have to do with Dungeons and Dragons? You, as the dungeon master, provide the perspective that your players are responding to. Over time, your players will learn to react to the stimuli you put in front of them differently depending on the rewards and consequences they receive. They will make decisions based upon the things you put in front of them because you put it in front of them and the habits you have as a dungeon master. Literally, dungeon masters, if you have a long running game, the players in your game will respond differently in your game than they will my game after they've played both games for long enough. Once a player realizes that, they gain their free will back. But in your game, after you have programmed them for years or months or even days, hours, sessions, whatever it may be, they will begin to respond in a specific way. I have this conversation because it may be philosophical, but from a psychological standpoint, it holds a lot of weight.